Okay, people, we are now at the beautiful Codorus Creek in northeastern York County, Pennsylvania, on a hot August day. We just left the Codorus furnace, which was a beautiful historic structure built in 1765. So check out that video. And now we are at the Codorus Creek, which is right next to the furnace. The Codorus, I call it the historic blast furnace. We are here to search for artifacts, and we are going to find something today because this is right next to that furnace, which is right over here, which we just left. So there is a lot of history, and this comes out straight out of York, out of the city of York and York County, directly into the Susquehanna, which is that way, east. It's a hot summer day, so it's a good day to be in a creek. So, let's start looking and see what we can find. There's got to be something here. There is history in this area. Alright, let's look around and I'll check back with you. Thanks a lot for watching. Okay, after about an hour of searching, I finally found a few items that are somewhat interesting. First of all, this big heavy metallic piece that looks like some type of valve or something, but it looks very, very old, so it could be 100 years old or more, or it could be from the 1940s or 50s, but it looks pretty old. And it's very oxidized. It's been sitting in here for many, many years. Not exactly sure what it is. Looks like a valve or some kind of, who knows. But we're right next to the Codorus furnace, and it could have something to do with that too. So that's interesting. And I've been finding a lot of pieces of iron ore around here. Obviously we're right next to that iron furnace, so of course you're going to found about 3 or 4 pieces of iron ore, and you can always tell it's ore because it's all pockmarked looking like that. It's not smooth like rocks, and it also weighs a lot. It weighs a lot more than a rock this size. So that's iron. And all iron on this planet came from meteorites billions of years ago, when this planet was bombarded with meteors. So that's cool to find that. Then I found a couple other interesting pieces of, I don't know if the piece on the left is like, I can't tell if it's plastic. I think it's plastic, but it also feels like rock or something. It's a weird material. The rock on the right is very flat, looks like it's been cut. But the most interesting piece I've found so far are these. Not exactly sure what type of rock this is, but it doesn't look like any of the other rock around here. This is what we call worked. This has been worked by Native Americans, most likely. This is what they make tools out of. And you can tell it's been chipped. Pieces of it have been chipped off. Probably for making points, arrowheads. And here's a piece, another piece I found of it that has been chipped off. So this has been worked, most likely by Native Americans. So that's the best piece. Now I'm going to keep this piece. Don't know anything about this metal. Looks like some kind of valve. But it's interesting what you find if you just keep looking. And here is another massive piece of iron ore. And I just picked it up a few minutes ago, and it weighs a ton. It is super heavy. Weighs as much as this big rock next to it, if probably weighs more. Iron has a lot of weight to it. So that's a big piece. So they were in this area processing this ore, iron ore, at that furnace. Wow. Boy, is that heavy. Okay, how's it going, people? I'm in yet another creek, and I'm still up in York County, Pennsylvania, near Long Level. Susquehanna River is right over that way, and the port of Long Level, if you know where that is. And I'm searching for pottery, and I just wanted to show you all before I pick it up, pottery and shards and artifacts in this creek, which is in Klein Park, which is a beautiful park right across the street from Long Level Marina and the Susquehanna River. Very nice. They have disc golf here, and I just wanted to show y'all what I just found. Now I haven't even picked it up yet, so I'm gonna go over here and let y'all see. Here it is. A really nice old piece of pottery. Big piece too. Now, how can I tell that this is old from the 1800s? Well, first of all, I'm in pretty much a historic area, not far from Wrightsville, PA, which is a very historic town right on the creek. And there's a lot of other historic towns right around here. But the other thing about all the pottery shards I've been finding is, notice how thick they are. Now, to me, that says they're old, because this isn't just someone's china that broke, you know, modern china, piece of china. This is thick. This is thick stuff. So that tells you that it's old. So, see, I've never been here before in my life, but if you're in a historic area, in a creek like this, you're bound to find something like that. And that's a big piece. That's one of the biggest pieces I've found in the last couple of weeks. Cool, so let's keep looking. Nice place to be on a hot day. Now I've come across this pretty interesting stone wall in Klein Park. Near Long Level in York County. Now this looks pretty old. Very cool, very interesting. Now a couple of tips for y'all. Very nice park. There's the creek below. When you're out here looking for artifacts, always be careful. If it's summertime, always be careful. Look out for snakes, because snakes live in rocky places like this. Snakes and or poison ivy. Learn how to identify poison ivy. But I'll tell you one thing, that's something you do not want. I've had it before, and it is not pleasant. So let's dive back in there. You never know, even at the base of this wall, you never know what you could find. Old belt buckles, old pistols, coins from way back, early 1800s. Anyway, let's check out the creek some more. Okay folks, just wanted to review what I found today. These three on the left, I found these. I was walking along the Susquehanna River near Wrightsville, PA, and I found another one of these pieces, most likely used by Native Americans. This is called, it's either flint or it's obsidian. They both look very much alike, but you can sort of tell that this has been worked a little, because they make arrowheads out of this. So even if you don't find an arrowhead, it's still interesting to find this. You can tell that this has been worked. They chipped this apart, they hit these together, and then they create, and this is really sharp too. And they make tools out of this stuff. It's very sharp. Now here's another piece. I think it's the same stuff, flint or obsidian. The reason I picked this up is this is so super sharp. Like, this could have been worked to create something that's really sharp. Cutting tool. That'll slice through anything. And then I found this piece of pottery. Now, this one looks a little more modern because it's not as thick, but it does have some kind of old insignia on it. So it could be 1920s or 30s. Looks old. Still looks old to me. Doesn't look like modern. And then, of course, this one was in the creek, Klein Park. Now this is a beauty. Real thick. Tells me it's old. That's a big piece of pottery. So anyway, just wanted to review. And most importantly, yesterday I found some more of this stuff. This flint. It's either flint or obsidian. And that is really cool to find that, because it doesn't look like any other rocks around it. And you can tell it's been worked on. Alright, thanks a lot.